welcome everyone to our group conversation update for Secure and Defend. We're gonna kind of hop ahead here and only hit a couple of slides for you. First, on the side of Secure, within that stage, we're actually moving vulnerability management over to Secure. The reason for this is that we're focusing on what vulnerability management supports today, which is the secure scanners. There's another good part of this where we're also creating a new insider threat group within Defend to handle UEBA. But the big thing I want you to take away is that there's no impact to any of the team. Everybody still has the same managers, everybody's still working on the same items. This is to help align visibly externally on what vulnerability management is focusing on today, as well as it helps strengthen our application security testing story with the analysts and in the media and with our customers. Today we want to announce something very exciting. GitLab acquired two security companies. First, Fuzzit. Fuzzit's focused on coverage-guided fuzz testing. They're a leader in continuous fuzz testing where they're continually iterating through the source code and finding additional items to fuzz as changes are made. The other side of this is PeachTech. PeachTech has been a leader in fuzz testing for the last 5 to 10 years. They're focused on behavioral fuzz testing, so running against the live application or service. With the acquisition, we are getting Peach API Security, which is an API fuzzing tool, as well as a DAST API product. And additionally, the Peach Fuzzer product, which is available today as a community offering, as well as a commercial offering. There's a lot more you can learn about the acquisition and our plans. There's a link to YouTube that walks you through the actual announcement. But at a high level, we have a very aggressive integration schedule. We're shooting for July to have our initial preview of the coverage guided fuzzing. So this is the Fuzzit coming in. It'll be focused on Go support. In October, we're gonna have a minimal release. This is focused on bringing in the Peach components, so the API fuzzing, as well as API DAST, as well as extending our coverage guided for additional languages, with our viable maturity hitting before the end of the fiscal year, so in January. We have way more planned beyond that, so please check out the direction page, as well as watch the video to learn more. Sam did a really good job highlighting his plans with the companies that have been acquired. Todd, would you like to speak to metrics?
Sure. So for the engineering OKRs for Q2, the first one is increasing our monthly rolling adjusted average. And so our target was 211, and for May, our actual was 260 for MRs. And then OKR number 2 had to do with trying to hit an ideal say-do ratio, which I've defined as between 70 and 80%. And for 13.0, we were able to hit 74.5. Thanks, David.
We have a lot of amazing things coming out, as well as some things that recently came out, such as vulnerability management is now viable, as well as some improvements to SAST to support things like the .NET framework. Please go through this. We don't want to belabor it today, but there are a lot of really awesome things coming out. Next item we would like to highlight, SAST is starting to move down to core. The first scanner we're moving down is Brakeman, and that'll be available in 13.1. And then we'll continue to analyze what we need to do to continue to support our open source stewardship. However, very excited to see our Rails scanner being available in core. Also, big announcement, secret detection became a standalone scanner, so it's no longer part of SAST, and its maturity is being accelerated this year. It'll be achieving viable in our next release. Just mentioned, but vulnerability management is now a minimal maturity category. Lots of great information about what's planned. Again, the team is accelerating the maturity of vulnerability management with goals of getting to viable over the next several quarters.
An impressive group by everybody involved, the engineers on my team, on Todd's team, on David on your team, and of course all the designers, the reviewers, and maintainers that really helped to make this happen.
GitLab is now a CVE numbering authority. This is something we've talked about in the past, but it's officially live. You can read our responsible disclosure policy, And amazingly, in the last couple months, we were at 14 CVIDs that we've been able to issue since we've become a CV numbering authority. So that's really, really awesome for the company. We talked about this coming up here on the last call. It is now official. The Gartner Magic Quadrant for application security testing has been published. It was published at the end of April, and we were rated as a niche player. This is an amazing accomplishment for GitLab. We've only been doing security for a short amount of time in comparison to everybody else on the chart, and we've placed in a very good location for us. There's a quote here from the Magic Quadrant, but I can't stress enough how excited I am, the team is, including engineering, marketing. Amazing achievement for us, and if you have time, please check out the report. And with that, we're going to kick it over to Defend. Defend maturity is continuing to grow. We're very excited that we have our container host security reaching minimal maturity this quarter. It's currently planned for 13.1 with a goal of being out no later than 13.2. Amazing included features. Wayne, do you want to touch on the first things that are in the first release?
For container host security, yeah,
yes.
We've got the basic detection of potentially or actually malicious actions inside the containers, detecting that both at the operating system layer and at the container layer and all the way up at the Kubernetes layer. So lots of good stuff coming of implementing our own technologies and also integrating open source technologies such as Falco and AppArmor.
Again, we're all very excited about that coming out. Wayne, would you like to speak to your OKRs?
So a number of different OKRs we're doing great on in terms of iteration training, improving the code review process for all of engineering, adding database maintainers, which is very important of all maintainer types, delivering planning priority items, dog fooding the Defend features. We're working with the security team and other teams to do that, and also implementing North Star metrics for Defend features, all currently on track. Raising the team MR rate is currently not on track, and we are consistently improving that each month, but we've got some unique factors for the team, mostly that it's a new team with a bunch of new features, so there's not as much technical debt, which tends to drive up the MR rate, but we're continuing to improve it and it's going well.
And then we do have some great features coming out. We just talked about the fact that container host security is going for minimal this quarter. We've also recently had the ability to export logs out of the Defend environment out to syslog. And we have a really, really awesome first release of our policy management coming out. So this is really extending what people can do to secure their Kubernetes environment. Here's a screenshot of that feature that just came out. You can see you can enter in the SIEM you want to send the logs to. And once that's configured, all of those security alerts can go out to your external SIEM. And lastly, we have some new team members who have joined. Todd, would you like to go over the new members of your team?
Yeah, Mark Art is the new engineering manager for the vulnerability research team. Mike Eddington is part of the Fuzz testing team. He was came from Peach, and Yevgeny Pats is also joining the Fuzz testing team, and he is from Fuzzit.
And with that, I believe we've reached the end of the presentation. So let's see here. There we go. Going forward, please feel free to reach out, ping us. We look forward to doing the review with all of you on Monday as well. But if you do have any questions beforehand, don't hesitate to ping us in the channels on Slack. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a good day.